Hey everyone! Today's class is focusing on mobilizing the lower body, in particular the toes, ankles, knees, and hips. This is a short form version of a longer class we have on our app, and what's really cool about it is that we work towards a peak pose called Pasasana or Noose Pose. This is a narrow squat with a twist and an arm bind. It's quite a challenging pose to practice. It requires a lot of mobility in these parts of our body, the lower body, but also the spine through rotation and internal rotation of our shoulders. But it's definitely a good one to practice. If you're curious about trying it out, I'll leave the link for how to sign up to our app in the description below. You can try it out for a 7-day free trial. There is no expectation for you to sign up afterwards, but I would love if you wanted to go and have a little look. We have over 350 classes on the app, as well as a couple of different series. We've just finished an anatomy series, which was a 12-day exploration into different parts of the body. We go really into depth. It's a mixture between theory and practice, so it's a great way to learn more about your body. All of that you can find down below. Let's get started in a standing position. And we're just going to test our mobilising, our yogi squat, our garland pose, just to see how our legs are feeling already. You want your feet slightly wider than your hips. Turn your toes out a little bit. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bend your knees. You want to drive your knees over your toes. Now you can stay more lifted, although if you do feel like you can sink a little lower, go for it. Feel free to adjust your feet as you need. I needed to take my feet a little wider. Try find a position where you can find a tall spine. So if you notice yourself rounding down and curling the spine forward, can you lift your hips up a little bit higher? Draw your shoulders back so that the front of the collarbones are broad. It is helpful if you can push your elbows into the outsides of the knees. It's going to help externally rotate them. And we want to feel into the tripod of our feet. So the heel being the back of the tripod, the big toe mound being the inside of the tripod, and the pinky toe mound being the outside of our tripod. Oftentimes in this position, if we're feeling quite challenged within our hip or knee or ankle mobility, our knees will collapse in and the outside of our feet will come off. So what's called everting. See if you can press through the outer edges of the feet as well, so the weight is evenly distributed through the middle, the inside and outside of the foot. Let's take another 3 slow breaths here. You could even close down the eyes, taking a slow breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through the nose. 2 more breaths. Nice job. Lift your hips up. Come into a forward fold. Turn your toes forward. It could be a more narrow forward fold or a wider forward fold. Walk your feet underneath your hips. Bend your knees again, bring the knees down to the ground, but keep your toes tucked under. You can use your hands here to get the outer toes under as well. This is a great one to mobilize through the joints of the toes, stretching through the back of the foot. Often these parts of our foot can get really, really tight during the day, especially if we're wearing shoes a lot. We don't stretch them out, we don't move through the full range of the foot. At any point you can untuck your toes or lift yourself up a little bit, but we'll go maybe 3 more slow breaths here. If discomfort arises, Here, notice where it ripples out to in the body. If you start clenching your jaw or frowning, see if you can soften that tension. Bring your hands forward, untuck your toes and tap out the top of the feet. And then sit back onto your heels, this time with your toes pointed. So you're plantar flexing your feet, your ankle, and then maybe the knees lift off. So leaning back slightly, kind of stretching out through the front of the ankle, through the side of the ankle too. You could take a little pulse up and down. Nice. Roll forward, tuck onto your toes. Let's come back into that forward fold. This time come towards the top of the mat. We're going to start with our knees quite bent, more than usual. We're going to practice something called elephant walks. You'll start by lengthening the right leg a little bit more, and then bending the right knee back in. And then you'll go left side, out, and then in. So just alternating between right and left. Breathing in to bend both knees. Breathing out to lengthen one leg. And you'll notice how the back of the hamstring is feeling more lengthened as you straighten the leg. Maybe into the calf a little bit more as well. Going one more each side. Let's go right leg lengthen. Make sure the knee's not locking out. There's a little bend in it. Keep it lengthened. Lengthen your left leg as well. Then bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Let's try the other side. So lengthen the left leg. Breathe out. Breathe in, lengthen the right leg. Breathe out, bend the left knee. Breathe in, bend the right. Let's go one more of each. Stretching out the back of the legs, as well as the front of the legs, is going to help us get into deeper ranges of motion within our squat. Bend both knees, hands come to the shins, lengthen the back, breathe in, Adho Uttanasana, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold forward. Rise up through standing, lift both of the arms above your head, breathe in. Your right knee is going to lift as well. Stork pose. As you exhale, bring your hands forward, bend your left knee over the middle of the foot. Try slide your right knee down, maybe to touch the left calf. Lift it back up, breathe in, stork pose. You can keep your arms wherever. Exhale, bend the left knee, travel the right knee down, maybe a little further. So it's like a single leg squat. Let's go one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold at the bottom. Maybe the toes come down. You can tuck or untuck them. Lower the right knee down to the ground. So you're sitting on your right heel. Left knee is bent. Use your fingertips. Push them down into the ground by your hips as you lean forward. So you're driving your left knee over the middle of the foot. Chest presses on the thigh. So this is called dorsiflexion of your left ankle. All the muscles on the front of the shin are helping pulling the toes, the ball of the foot up. Also getting a deep stretch through the soleus, which is the lower calf muscle. If you did feel like a little bit more, you could bring the chest on the inside of the left thigh. Maybe walk your hands more forward. Maybe there's an arm bind. This is a movement we explore in our longer practice. A version of Marichyasana. You could find an arm bind by taking your hands behind your back towards the left hip. And if you do manage to get it, you're pulling on your hands to draw your chest more forward. getting a deeper range of flexion through the left hip joint too. Unravel the hands if you're there. See how little you can use your right leg as you lift back up to stork pose. So shift your weight into your left foot, drive your chest forward, then maybe pick up the right ankle at the bottom before you stand up. Right knee pulls to chest, breathe in. As you exhale, right foot comes down, mountain pose. Maybe engage the glutes a little bit. You could push your hips forward slightly to extend through the front of the hips. Nice, we'll try that on the other side. Lift the left knee up this time, stork pose. As you exhale, bend the right knee over the middle of the foot. Left knee might touch to the right calf. Breathe in, lift back up. Exhale, bend. Maybe sinking a little lower. Let's go one more. And then pause. You can lower the left toes down. You can keep them off if you want. Slide the left shin down onto the ground. So you're sitting on your left heel. Same thing as before. Bring the fingertips behind you. Push yourself forward. Try to keep the right heel down on the ground. If you did feel like something a little bit different, bring the chest on the inside of the right leg. Reach fingertips out to the side. You're trying to get your right shoulder as far forward on the shin as possible. And then maybe hands come behind the back to the right hip. You're pushing your shoulder against your right shin. One more breath. Release the arms. Same thing as before. Shift your weight into your right foot with as little help from the left foot as possible. Of course, you can push through it if you want, but if you can, try no help as you lift the left knee up. Stork pose, breathe in. Breathe out, Tadasana mountain pose. Bring the hands behind your back. Push your hips forward. Engage your glutes. Let's go one more breath. Come back through center, lift both of the arms up to the sky, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Halfway lift, inhale, hand cushions. Exhale, fold. We're gonna try that one more time. Lift both of the arms above your head. Just bring some more warmth into the rest of the body. Breathe out, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale. Rise up, breathe in, right knee lifts again, stork pose. This time hands come behind the back of the right thigh. Breathe in, bend the right knee. As you exhale, extend your right toes out. You really want to feel the front of the right quad strengthen here. Breathe in to bend. As you breathe out, extend. If you want to make this harder, you can do this with no hands. So remember, the primary action of the quadriceps is to extend the knee joint, which is what we're doing here. Last one. Pause. Take a long step back with your right foot, coming into a lunge position. Left heel comes off the ground. Take a breath in. You can just hold hands on hips. As you exhale, drive your knee as far forward as possible over your toes. Bend your right knee. Think hips towards the left heel. And then lift yourself back up. Breathe in. Breathe out, shift forward. If you want to make this more challenging, see if you can bring your left heel on the ground. See if you can match that range. It's going to make it more challenging for our ankle joint. Let's go one more. Nice. Take a breath in. Lengthen both legs. As you exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose. You can keep your right heel off the ground here. Flex the left foot towards you, breathe in. As you exhale, push the ball of the foot and the toes down to the ground. Let's try that 2 more times, breathe in. You can also have blocks underneath your hands here. Breathe out, point. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Nice, lift up halfway, inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands around to the right, Skandasana to the back, right toes turn away. Shift your hips towards your right heel. Lift your chest up, left toes turn up. So you're getting more of a stretch through the adductors, the inner of the thighs, compared to what we have been doing in our other positions. Still really deep ankle flexion, knee flexion, hip flexion on your right side, but there's just more external rotation through the hip joints. Take another breath in, lift up a little taller. As you exhale, walk your hands forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Lift your arms up, breathe in. Left knee lifts this time. As you exhale, hands come behind the back of the thigh. Roll the shoulders down. Breathe in, lift. As you exhale, extend the left toes. Drop the left hip in line with the right. A few more times. Again, you can do this with no hands if you want to make it harder. And you don't need to get the leg completely straight. Let's go 1 more. Bend to the left knee, breathe in. As you exhale, long step back with the left toes. Coming into our lunge, lift the right heel off, maybe hands to hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your right knee, think hips to right heel, left knee bends as well. That's just gonna make sure we're not overextending the back hip. Imagine like your right calf is trying to touch your right hamstring. Push back up, breathe in. Breathe out, shift forward. If you want to make this harder, right heel comes down. It's a good stretch for the left hip. Let's go 1 more. Lengthen both legs, breathe in. As you exhale, pyramid pose. Push your hips back. Make sure the right knee is not locking out. Lift the right toes up, breathe in, flex the foot. You might feel that a little bit more through the back of the calf. As you exhale, push the toes down. You might feel more of a stretch through the front of the right foot, maybe up into the shin. 2 more, breathe in, flex. Exhale, point. Drive the toes down, 1 more. Lift up a little, breathe in. As you exhale, turn your left toes to the back, walk yourself around, Skandasana. So pressing the left knee out. It's okay if the left heel comes off here, although it will come down with time. The more you mobilize through your ankle, through your feet, as well as through the knees and the hips, the more that this will happen. 1 more breath. Walk yourself forward, breathe in. As you exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Rise all the way up. This time, keep your feet down, both arms up. Exhale, mountain pose. Okay, we're going to retest our Malasana. So take your feet out again, breathing in, breathing out, bending. Notice if there's a bit more space, or you feel like there's more space in your joints. Might feel a little easier to sink down, but also to lift up. Let's go 3 more breaths. Maybe closing the eyes down. And then just lowering your hips down. And cross the feet over. We'll finish our practice here with maybe another 3 breaths. Taking this time to be still before we head out into the rest of the day. Thanking ourselves for moving our body, opening our joints, strengthening them, lengthening the muscles around our joints so that we can move more freely on and off the mat. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me know how you found the practice. I always love working into the ankles and the hips because I find that these are parts of the body I move a lot. I do a lot of gardening, and so, bending down, sitting and planting flowers or whatever. I'm in a squat a lot, and so having these moments to be intentional with opening the toes, the ankles, the knees and the hips is really beneficial for me. Let me know if you've got any requests, and if you wanted to try out the full length class as well as all the other classes on our app, then you can head to the link below.